What is going on, everybody? DJ Minds here, and in today's video I ended up canceling the A2000 order that I had, which was 150 A2000s. Now I gotta say, I've been waiting for this shipment to come in since I want to say October, maybe November, but I feel like it was in between October and November. We'll call it early November just for fun. And out of the 150, only 12 have ever came in. 11 I sent away to a friend, and one I kept for myself. And the A2000s were actually supposed to come several times. I was originally told we'd get the first batch end of December. We ended up getting the first batch end of January, or middle of January. It doesn't really matter. And I do think that the GPUs were coming. I was actually informed from many sources, which I can't really say, that they were definitely coming. A lot of people were getting their A2000s. Now, if you're wondering, well, how come other people are getting A2000s so quickly compared to how I was getting them? Because the way that I get them is much slower. It's also much cheaper. So the A2000s, I pay about $500. If you include the shipping, around there in that ballpark. So we'll just call it $500 per A2000. And everybody else who gets them faster pays $650, $700, $750, right? So you can see why that was really appealing. Now, just to tell you, up front, I was only going to keep 100 of them, and I was shipping out 50 of them to a friend or to a couple friends, right? Just to help them out and, just help some other people get some good deals that you really can't get on the market. All right, so before getting into all of the reasoning, let's start with probably the most basic one. So A2000s times 150 at around $500 each. They're actually a little bit less, like $490 something, it doesn't really matter. $75,000. Shipping was around $3,000. So that's $78,000 I had to pay. I actually only paid 20% down, so I will get reimbursed from that. I'm just waiting on the check to come in from a company. Now, why do I have $11,250 on this board, you might be wondering. Well, this is what I have to pay in taxes, right? This is where, someone like me that comes from the stock world, things get very difficult. So if you're the kind of person who has a lot of cash laying around, then it's no problem, right? That $11,250 really doesn't apply to you. But me, as someone who's newer to the crypto world, I mean, I've been doing this for like a year as far as actually crypto mining. I've been trading stocks for over 10 years, right? So I pretty much put almost every penny that I have in the stock market, except for like an emergency stash. But I know what I'm doing with the stocks. I've been doing this so long. I'm very good at trading stocks, right? So all my money, for the most part, is tied up in the stock market, right? So when I got that $78,000 out, because I did end up selling stocks, I had to essentially pay $11,250 because I held those stocks over a year. I believe I traded my Nvidia stock for it, or maybe a little bit of Tesla stock for it, right? So you can understand, every time I spend money, right, I don't just pay what normal people are paying because they're using cash or like a crypto or something. I'm also creating a taxable event on the stock side, right? So when I think about it, I was sitting there and I was like, man, there's so much uncertainty in the market right now, and I don't really want more GPUs, and you guys have been seeing that on my channel, man. I'm even mining Ethereum and then getting paid in Bitcoin. Like, I really don't want that much more to do with GPUs. I mean, I want to keep what I have. I'm not selling what I have, but I don't want more exposure. There's so much uncertainty right now. It's really scary, and I genuinely think that you're gonna be able to find these GPUs for much cheaper. Now, are you gonna get them for $500 anytime soon? Maybe, maybe not. But I do think that GPUs easily are going to come down another 25-30% from where we're at right at this moment. So my options, when I really think about it, are I could continue to expose myself to a very dangerous path, a path of uncertainty, a path of we don't know what's going to happen. Is anything going to be profitable for years on end? Is it really worth it to go down that route for 2, 3, 4, 5 years until the next bull run, assuming that there even is another bull run, which I wouldn't be surprised if there was another bull run. But what if there wasn't another bull run, right? Am I really willing to tie up so much money further than I already have exposed myself, right? And I don't think that's a path that I want to continue to go down. I'll keep what I have, every GPU here, maybe a GPU every now and then we'll buy in, we'll mix in, but what's the smartest thing for me when I really think about it? So the next option that I came up with was, okay, well, why don't I just buy more ASICs? That's probably the more intelligent thing to do, right? And I do have 5 octominers downstairs. So, I always have those, right? And I can always fill those up. I mean, we should be able to fill up 1, maybe 1.5 right now with the extra graphics cards that we have lying around. But you know, the rest of them, I could just wait it out, you know, just wait, man. For me, the best thing to do is wait. And so another thing to think about is my electric rate. It's not that good, man. It's 12 cents. And I know a lot of people in Europe and South America and even Australia are like, wow, I wish I had 12 cents. Yeah, that sounds great. But when you're really expanding, right? Because I was going to go from probably 4.5 gigahash to another 99 A2000s is around 4.2. So we're talking, you know, 8.5 gigahash, right? That's not a small fry anymore. You know, that's a serious business decision. And, you know, electricity at 12 cents is not good. And so if you don't know, right, if you're a new miner, something to really think about is, yeah, the profitability is decent right now. It's not great, it's decent right now. You know, how much longer with your electric rate can you make it? Because the people with 40 cents, they're gone. They're going to be gone, right? 30 cents, forget about it, you know, and then it goes to 25 cents, right? And as things get worse and worse and less profitable, your 20 cents people, right? They're gone. They're going to be gone. Hopefully not. I wish them all the best, but you can see what I'm saying, right? It does take a while. And then your 15 centers, and then people like me, your 12 centers, and then long term, your 10 cents, right? And so people that are really going to be profitable, who are going to survive the bad times, assuming that you think there will be some bad times, they're going to be the people who have 6 cents electric, 5 cents, 3 cents, right? Those guys will be fine. They'll always be able to mine. And, you know, is it a good decision for me to really just expand that much at this current moment? I do think for GPUs, the answer for me personally was no. Here's the A2000 that I kept for myself, and I've always said I love this GPU. I still do, and if you are going to buy a graphics card, I do think the A2000 is super solid. I've never had an issue with this. This one was from PNY, from Asia, and I know a lot of people have had problems with their A2000, but the batch that I got was super good, and I've never had any kind of issue, and yeah, just a really solid card. If I had the choice, I would honestly pick the A2000 over the 3060 Ti's. I mean, these are decent too. These are pretty efficient, but nothing can really compete with the A2000. It's just a really, really great card, even in a bear market. But again, electricity cost still does matter. So like I said, I didn't end up paying the entire percentage of this. I only had to pay 20% down, right? Regardless if I got them or not, you had to pay 20% for the amount that I ordered. So it's not quite $11,000, but it would have been $11,000. It was 20% of that. So I know that's really disappointing for a lot of you. I know so many people have heard me talk about these A2000s. Hell, I've been excited, you know, but if I would have had these A2000s when I was supposed to get them, January at the latest, I was told, I mean, we would have already had 3 months of mining with them, at least 2 months of mining with them. And I would have figured something out. I would have figured a way. I can always figure out a way to get these GPUs going if I want to, right? And I mean, that would have been a totally different situation. And then up till June, I mean, they wouldn't have been paid off, but at $500, that's not bad, man. Like, I could have easily paid half the card off, you know, and that wouldn't have been a big problem. And then I wouldn't feel as scared going into it, you know, with half the card paid off, or at least, you know, 40% of the card get off. But let's say I get them in and right now, or I get them in 3 weeks from now. We're talking April. Like, I don't have enough time. That's too much exposure for me and how I want to run things. So after really thinking about it, moving forward, I think the best thing to do, instead of spending all that money, you know, that 80 grand on A2000s, I think the most logical thing to do is take that same money and put it back into the stock market. Because, you know, with the stock market right now is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. This sickness, I know it's been really bad for the world, but it's really good for your wallet, man. If you want to get in the stock market, I mean, there's so many stocks out there right now that are down anywhere from 50 to 70%. I'm not exaggerating. 50 to 70%. Solid companies like PayPal. Are you kidding me? Do you think that PayPal's not going to go back up to $200, $300? I think it was just trading at like $80, and now it's moved back up to $110. You know, you hold that for a couple years, I'm going to make way more money, man. I've turned $78,000 into $300,000 multiple times, right? And this is how you do it. It's not because you're some genius. It's because you buy when the stock market is bleeding, right? When it's bleeding, that's your time to pounce. That's your opportunity, right? And if I put it in these GPUs, I mean, when am I going to make $78,000 back with these A2000s? Honestly, if you really do the math, it's probably gonna take me a year just to get my money back. That's best case scenario, guys. That's with Ethereum. That's if everything was smooth as butter. Worst case scenario, dude, it could take 15 months, it could take 2 years. And again, that's not even being profitable. That's not even making a return on my investment. That's literally just trying to take my money back that I put in it. Like, think about that, man. That's 78 G's. That's so much money in the stock market. You could definitely, 2 or 3x that money and easily, get a couple $100,000 easily. If you're investing $5,000, you're gonna get rich? No way, by no means. But 78 G's, yes, that is life-changing money that you can flip. So 2021 was such a great year for GPU mining, and really it has been pretty decent these last couple months, but I don't think the rest of the year is going to be good. I would be surprised if next year will be solid, and I know for a fact that the stock market is a guarantee for me. So yeah, I think that's the best thing we could do. And then also ASICs as well. Like, don't get confused, guys. I'm not quitting GPU mining or ASIC mining or crypto. I love crypto. I love this channel. I love being part of this community. I mean, look at this, man. Look at this right here. We got Red Panda. Of course, we got our own. We got my boy Caveman. And I love hanging out with the Hobbyist Miner and Chump Change and really everybody that we hang out with, man. I love being a part of it, and I'm still going to be a part of it. It's just, the actual buying of the graphics card for me, it just isn't wise. So again, I do apologize if you were looking to see content of 100 graphics cards, and that'd be a really sick video, man, just like solo mining Ethereum was for 30 days. But at the end of the day, the only person who gets hurt is me. Solo mining, well, I could have made $5,000 easily that month, maybe at 4,500, but I, did it for a cool video, and I can't keep doing things for cool videos, and that's not any pressure from you guys, right? So that's all I ask, man, is just be understanding of why I did it. I needed to cancel these GPUs because it was the best decision for me and my family, and I hope that you do respect that, even if I do disappoint you. And that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I doubt that many people made it to the end of the video right here. For some reason though, people do like hearing these kind of videos, I guess because it's different, and I hope that you enjoy it. If you did make it to this far, please put in #camera. Let's do something weird today, guys. #camera, and then leave the rest of your comment, and I'll know that you made it to this part of the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. DJ Minds, signing out.